Welcome back to the world's worst fishing, everybody. I'm Chris. Oh, well, beer foul. I'm Chris Jones, and today we have an exciting episode for you. I'm going to be demoing a new mold. Well, it's new to me. Some of you have probably seen it. Some of you maybe have not seen it. It's a Swimbait mold that allows you to shoot a different color line down the center of the sides, and allows you to put in eyeballs directly into the mold and shoot the plastic over it. No need to clear dip or anything like that. I'm talking, of course, about the Bloodline Swimbait mold from our friends over at Angling AI. So what we're gonna do, I just got some new things in the mail from Lureworks. I got a couple new pearl powders. I got some new eyeballs to fit this particular mold. 1/4 inch, I think, is what they were. And so I guess I'm just gonna try to come up with something using the new stuff. I don't really have a color in mind, but I'm gonna try to do some pretty cool contrasting stuff, and hopefully it will look good on the finished product. So I'm gonna demonstrate. There's actually 2 parts to this mold. I'm gonna demonstrate how to shoot the bloodlines, how to put the bloodlines in, how to actually insert the eyeballs, and just how user-friendly the mold is, particularly when it comes to doing the eyeballs. So that's what we're gonna do. And let's get started. Okay, so I have some pearl white over here on the left. Nothing new, I was just out of it, so I had to get some more. Then we have some purple pearl over here, and I'm really excited about that. And then I have some gold pearl, which is something that I've needed for a while. And then these are the blood, well, I got like a blood red eyeball. And then here are the 2 parts to the mold, and we'll go ahead and take a look at what those are right now. Okay, so here's the actual mold, and normally I would remove these with an Allen wrench and just completely take those bolts out and just use clamps. I just haven't gotten to it yet. And so here's what we have. It's a 3-cavity top injection, and you'll see these plates. That right there provides your hook slot. So with that in place, the plastic flows down, and obviously it leaves that slot in the bait to provide the preferred rigging, and I think any good swim bait needs a hook slot. So basically, that's what the bait looks like. Really great detail. I mean, we have a gill plate, we have a spot for an eye, we have scales, we have some fins. I mean, just no expense spared. Well, I say expense, but nothing is spared as far as the details of this bait, and it looks absolutely fantastic. And then of course, we'll take these eyeballs and then we'll place them in there once we are ready to shoot. The other half of the equation is the bloodline, and this is really neat. So this mold right here allows you to shoot, I think it's like 40 bloodlines. So as you'll see, it literally just comes in and it shoots a bunch of these skinny lines. And what you do is you take those off, and then you will actually mash it into this slot right here. That's your hook, that's your bloodline slot. And believe me, once you put it in there, it stays, and the baits come out perfect. When I first used it, I thought, well, if I have to stand it up, that might fall out. I haven't had it happen yet, and I think it's a really great design the way that it sticks out. So basically, we're gonna shoot our bloodline color, we're gonna put the bloodlines in, then we're gonna put the eyeballs in, and then we're going to shoot our actual swim bait. And when it comes out, you have this gorgeous bloodline effect, and it's called the bloodline. It doesn't have to be a red line, but you have this gorgeous tricolor effect, and it seals the eyeballs in place. No clear dipping necessary. And I think you guys are going to be really impressed with the swim bait. Hopefully I can make a good color. We'll see, and we're going to get started now. Okay, so I'm thinking for my bloodline, it's actually going to be a chartreuse line. So we're gonna dump quite a bit of chartreuse in there and try to, just chartreuse is obviously a really bright color, and I think it will be good for contrast. So we're gonna go ahead and mix that in. And you'll probably notice that I didn't mix up a whole lot of this. I mean, that right there will make like 1,000 of those Bloodlines. However, you have to have enough in the cup to get it into your injector. But you can, I mean, obviously it takes a while to use all 40 Bloodlines, but you can save that and just keep making Bloodlines for days. So you really don't need a whole lot for that. And we're gonna go ahead and heat that up, and then we're gonna shoot the Bloodlines, and then I'll figure out what I'm doing for the main color. Okay, here we go. Let's make some chartreuse lines. Because I can't really call them Bloodlines. Okay. That should do it. And those, being that they're so thin, they set up really quick. So we should, in theory, pretty much be able to go ahead and take some of them out. Now let me get that gooey mess off of my, geez, come on, there we go. All right, so we're kind of starting to set up here. Clean this off a little bit. All right, let's pop it up and see what we got. It's a pretty cold day in Tallahassee. It's in the upper 40s. And so this mold was probably pretty cold. Let's see if I can bust it open here. There we go. There you go. Those are your chartreuse Bloodlines. Okay, I can't resist the urge. We got to play with some pearls. So we're gonna do a purple and white pearl laminate. That is a new can of pearl white, and come on, it's not even filled up. Jeez, gonna have to call Bruce McElroy. No, Bruce is a great guy. All right, so we're gonna load this up with white pearl, and I'm excited to try this. I've never tried it. This purple pearl. I love purple and I love pearls. So whenever I decided to grab a few new things at the beginning of the week, I said, yep, I've got to have some purple pearl. So I'm kind of curious to see how that turns out. And who knows, we may add a few things to it after the fact. I'm not sure. We'll just kind of, this is a color test as much as it is a test of the Bloodline Swimbait. So anyway, I'm gonna stir these pearls in for a minute, and you've got to make sure and stir your pearls in really well. Like I've said 100 times on here, you do not want the powders to clump. As you can see right there, they clump up. So you really got to stir, and but try not to stir too much, or you might get bubbles. So anyway, I'm gonna continue to stir these in till I'm satisfied, and then I'll cook them up. We'll do about 5.5 minutes. Since I have two 1 cup measuring cups here, and that should give us a nice cooked result without any scorching. So I will see you in 5.5 minutes. Okay, so while the plastic is cooking, we're going to go ahead and prepare the molds. I kind of got to do it from the side because I need both hands, but basically we're just going to lay these Bloodlines right down into those grooves, and you just kind of press them in, and they will not go anywhere. It's actually quite amazing. So now we're going to do it on the opposite side. Oops. And this is my 3rd time using this mold ever, so I'm not exactly great at this yet. I'm not fast at it, but the couple times I've made baits with this mold, they've come out really cool. And so that's basically what we're doing, is we're just setting those in like that. Oops. Okay, we got that one in. And just for time's sake, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the camera, but I'll meet you back whenever we have all 6. Okay, so now we're going to do probably the trickiest part. And there again, I'm always saying that due to my personal lack of experience, but this is the preferred way to do this per the owner of Angling AI. And basically we're going to take a spray adhesive, okay? And we're just going to dab a little bit of spray adhesive in the eyes. That way we can kind of set the eyeballs in there. And then that will allow the eyeballs to stay in place whenever we go to actually shoot the plastic. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to use the tip of a Senko, and I'm just gonna spray it a little bit. And I'm just gonna dab some in there, dab some in that one. Whoops. You don't wanna necessarily spray the mold. So we're just gonna dab a little bit of adhesive into these eyes. Okay, and the spray adhesive is good because it doesn't stick permanently, so to speak. So I'm just going to put the eyeballs in, okay, and obviously I want them facing outward. That way they come out the right way. So just going to put that one in, perfect, looking good. And basically we rinse and repeat until they are all in there. And so on this side, sorry, I've got the fans blowing the eyes around. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the hook slot plates back on. So you literally just lay them in place, and then you're good to go. So just lay that there, lay that there. And then we'll finish up putting these other eyes in, and then we'll close the molds. Okay. So now we're going to very carefully and gently, we're going to close the mold. Make sure that's pressed in there. All right, looking good. Clear that out of the way. Now we're going to gently close the mold. And once it's closed, I'm going to stand it up quickly, and then we're good to go. Okay, so we have our two pearls. We have the purple and the white pearl. They are exactly the same, 376. And I got them a little hot because the molds are kind of cold right now. And there again, forgive my lack of experience with this mold. I think this side is the top and this side is the bottom. So we'll just go with a purple top, and we'll see how that turns out. So there again. Gonna get my laminating block here. Shoot the first one. Hold a little pressure. Then we'll actually go to the third one. But, sorry if the camera angle's a little funky. Trying to get the best angles that I can for you guys. All right, we'll get this one shot. Looking good. Try to fill those sprue holes best we can. All right. Oh, you know what? I need to do a drum roll. Hold on. Okay, drum roll, please. Single stroke roll. Most basic of all rudiments. Also one of the toughest to get good, and that was not good. All right, here we go. Let's see if we got anything good. Oh, okay, well, they're gonna come out that way. Oh, look at that, guys. Check that out. It just doesn't get any cooler. All right, let's get, so basically what you do is you just take out the plate, and then you just remove it that way. We'll go ahead and break off the nose. And let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out the best way to get the white, so sorry for all the camera mistakes, but look at that, guys. Look at that. Let me move this up a wee bit. There we go. Make sure that we're in the viewfinder. So yeah, look at that. Purple and pearl with a chartreuse line, and then we have the eyes that are good to go. I mean, those eyes are on there, and traditionally you would have to then clear dip this. Well, you don't have to. I mean, you can use plastic glue that's made to do this. But you know, that's just one extra step. You know, this one, you just spray a little adhesive in there and you shoot the bait and it comes out just like that. Let's check out some of the other ones. Yeah, check this out. Check that out. There it is, guys. We'll look at it from every angle. I love the look of the eye. It just looks so finished when there's eyes. Just look at the tail, and then of course we have the hook slot. And if you can see, the lines actually stick out. They add a little bit of texture to the bait. And I think that's really, really, really great. So we're gonna lay these out, and then I guess we'll try and talk about this mold a little more. Okay, so trying to get a couple close-up shots here. You can hopefully see, hopefully it'll stay in focus. You can see some of the detail on the eyeballs and everything else, and especially you can kind of, there's a fin pattern there. Hopefully that's coming through. I'm not sure. And just a really, really cool idea, a really cool design. I like the way that the Bloodlines stick out a little bit. It just gives it a little more texture. It gives it a 3D look. And I mean, it's just an incredible, incredible bait. I think it's 5.5 inches, 5 inches. I'll have to check my stats on that, but this is one of the most innovative swim bait molds I've seen because it allows you to get tricolor effects. I mean, you know, you can get a rainbow trout, you can get a sexy shad, you can come up with your own stuff, and I like the fact that you can put eyeballs in it and just shoot it, no clear dipping, it's good to go. I don't have a whole lot of experience clear dipping baits. In fact, I don't think I've ever clear dipped a bait on this channel. I've done a little bit of that kind of thing just in my spare time. And this allows you to get that kind of result without having to go to all the trouble. And you can get, I mean, you know, you can get crazy with this. This is just kind of basic. This is just, hey, I had some pearls and I laminated them, and they didn't really even laminate all that well because they were too hot. They were even, but they were too hot. And I'm actually okay with the uneven laminate because I actually thought about using the C block and just doing a straight up swirl. But you know, this allows you to kind of get some almost hand painted effects without buying all the necessary stuff and an airbrush and all that. And I really like the fact that it accepts eyes so easily. And you know, I didn't have to go in and dab glue and put them in. You know, you still have to put them in manually, of course, but you can just shoot the plastic and it comes out ready to go. This is ready to put on a hook or ready to put in a package. Well, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have, I guess, gotten a. If this is your first time seeing this mold, I hope you. I hope I did a good demonstration and did it justice. It's a really, really unique outlook. Well, not outlook. It's a really unique take on swim bait molds. I mean, I haven't seen another guy doing anything like this and providing the opportunity to get these sort of effects without going the extra steps, you know, to apply eyes and you know, to paint that line on or anything like that. You know, obviously you could use a triple injector and you could get these 3 colors, and you know, and that would obviously be a cool effect. But you know, there again, this one goes a little bit further. I could use a triple injector and do the Bloodline and have 4 different effects in the same bait. And I just think it's a really, really innovative approach, and you know, there was definitely some thought put into it. So that is the Bloodline Swimbait from Angling AI. These guys over here, check them out. Josh is a great guy. If you have any questions, you know, definitely give them a call or shoot him an email. He'll be happy to talk to you about his products and the best way to use them. You know, a lot of guys get a mold like this, or his core shot. He has a core shot Senko mold. You know, a lot of guys get that, and they're a little bit tricky at first, so he'll happily answer your questions. But hey, that's really cool. I've never made a bait like this. You know, I've had this mold for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I've made just a few baits with it. This is my first time putting the eyeballs in. And, you know, I have never made a swim bait this complete, you know. They're not complete till they have the eyes in them, as far as this type of swim bait goes. So, I think it's great. I mean, I'm really excited, guys. Like I said, I've never made a swim bait that looks anything like this cool. So, I'm definitely pretty excited. This is definitely going on my next Alabama rig, and hopefully we'll catch some fish. So anyway, check it out, Bloodline Swimbait, Angling AI. This has been World's Worst Fishing. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.